things will flip eventually.
What is the kind of level of frustration in here after a series like this one?
Well, we're all very highly competitive people, so losing is frustrating. So I would say the guys are pretty frustrated. Everybody in this clubhouse is frustrated, but we're going to stick together. We're going to keep going out there, keep competing, and get through this.
Did it feel like a rock bottom series for your team at this point?
Rock bottom series in May? No. I mean, it does not feel like rock bottom. It might be a wake-up call for all of us to kind of get going and lean on each other and really fight through this and snap this little funk that we're in.
Were you surprised at all by the reaction of the crowd today anyway?
Yeah, I was surprised, but, I mean, fans love you when you do great, and they boo when you do bad. So we know what we were getting into when we play professional sports. So, like I said, it's kind of a wake-up call to us. We need to get it together, lean on each other, and get through this thing.
You guys feel close?
I can't speak for everybody in here, but yeah, I mean, I think we're one 10-run game away from everybody saying, "Oh, there it was." But we got to go out there and do it.
Before the season, Bob Melvin spoke of the confidence that you were playing with, that you had. What is the personal confidence that you have at this time?
Good, man. I feel like I'm liking the swings I'm getting off. Just going through a little rut right now, which happens, which is as expected going into a season. So it's just going to ride the wave, and if I like the swings I'm taking, if I'm on time, if my work's good every day, that's all I can ask for.
Message in here among the players.
Yeah, we just got to win. I mean, we can't. There's no excuses. We got to come out and play harder, play with more intensity, and we can't get outmatched by the other team when it comes to how the effort and what we bring every day. And I think that's just really what we need to get back to.
I think the effort was lacking in the series, or was just
I wouldn't say effort, but just execution probably. We got to do a better job at the end of the day. We got to win. We got to win some games. I mean, we got to show back up Friday and ready to go and ready to win.
Did this feel like a rock bottom series for this team?
You know, we've been going at it hard, and you know, things didn't go our way today. But I think we had to look at it through a lens of saying we got to do better job executing from every facet of the game, and we just got outplayed, and that hurts pretty good. You know, when you get outplayed like that, and we got to assess that, and that's what we're going to do.
Were you surprised at all by the reaction of the crowd, the boos coming in today?
Oh, we hadn't been playing well at all. I mean, at the end of the day, they spend hard-earned money to come watch us play, and we just haven't been playing the way we should play, and we got to do a better job. I mean, as you see it today, they outplayed us, and it definitely is a wake-up call.
Are guys angry? Are guys embarrassed? Are guys just searching for answers? Like, what's the overriding emotion right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's when you lose and you're losing a lot. You start, looking at the game, going like, all right, what are some of the things that we can improve upon? And we look at it as execution and just wanting it more. We need to want it a little bit more, and that's the bottom line. We saw it today. I mean, we got outplayed.
All your teammates have talked about how hard you guys prepare and the work ethic. Is the approach wrong? Do you think that needs some adjustment?
Nah, I mean, it's hard to tell because the game has got so many different things going on in the game, from hitting to pitching to base running to, defense. So I think preparation's good. I think at the end of the day, we just got to come in and I think it's just that, the desire, the want a little bit more than what we've been doing, and match the other team, if not be better. And I think that's what it comes down to, is the competition that day, competing that day.
Striking out and not getting hard contact in those situations. It's been a story all year. So it continues, and we just have to fight through it, sometime break through. We're giving ourselves a ton of opportunities, probably no more than we did today in certain spots, and we continue to struggle with that. So you'd think at some point in time, when you have that many opportunities, you'd cash in on it, but we're still here right now.
You stuck with Grisham going against Chapman. Engel had faced him before, and what the decision there?
Look, it's tough to hit him. And he's walking guys, and Grish is a guy that walks and has 1,000 OPS off left-handed pitching. So he's our guy. We've given Engel a couple of starts against lefties, and that might not, that's where Grish has actually excelled. So, that was my thinking there.
Seems pretty clear this team is kind of pressing, maybe trying to do a little too much at the plate. How do they not do that? I know that's so much easier said than done.
I wish there was a quick fix for that. I mean, we've talked about it many times in the hitters' meetings that we're the guys that are in charge, and let them come to you and get your pitch. That, in those type of situations, you got to realize that the pressure should be on the pitcher, and I think we're just putting a little too much pressure on ourselves.
Can you go a little bit more in depth into that mindset, like what it would take to build that kind of mindset with where you're in charge of the at-bat?
Well, it's easier said than done. You can talk about it all you want, but until you get a couple of games or several at-bats where you come through, it mounts, and that's what it's continued to do, and that's why you're seeing it go on for as long as it is with guys that are really good hitters, is that the longer it goes, the more pressure it kind of builds on you, and everybody wants to be that guy, but we're not coming through as a team right now.
I take it Manny wasn't available today?
No.
How's he doing overall?
So the initial x-ray didn't show anything. He had a CAT scan and an MRI yesterday that show a small fracture on the metacarpal. So we don't think it's an IL situation, but we're going to probably go through the off day, see how he feels, and see where we are on the weekend.
So that's an injury he potentially could play through?
Well, it just depends. I mean, it just depends how he responds to it. It's anytime you have a fracture in there, it's painful. It's just kind of where it is and how he feels. We're trying to give him a few more days to see, what our decision is on that. To this point, he wasn't going to play today. He wasn't going to play through the off day either way. We'll see where we are once we come back.
How long have you been thinking about kind of switching things up at the top, putting Tatis in the 3 hole?
Yeah, I mean, I have been for a while. I almost did it yesterday, and Xander likes leading off, got on base 3 times today. It's just like anybody at this point or time right now. We're just not coming through, and specifically, I don't want to just say the middle of the order. It's everywhere.
Xander started off hot, had cooled off. How have you seen him work back from that?
Well, he's just letting it travel a little bit, hitting the ball. You're seeing some hits the other way, and you're seeing some hits that maybe aren't driven, but that's kind of how you work your way back. Is you see it a little bit longer, and you hit the ball the other way, and then you start feeling balanced, and he's starting to get to that point.
Your overall thoughts on the crowd response throughout the game? A lot of boos.
I don't blame them. I mean, there's a lot of expectations on us, and we're not performing right now. And our fans come out and support us. They're hungry for more. Can't blame them.
With the offensive resumes so many guys on this team have, not in particulars, but how hard is it for you to get your mind around how long this has gone on, the offensive struggles, given who we're talking about as a group?
Well, you try to each and every day come with a positive outlook. So similar to guys pressing, and the longer it goes, the more you press. You try to each and every day, myself, everybody included, to individualize the days. And no matter what happened the day before, know there's a new opportunity, and kind of hopefully, wipe that slate clean and go move on to a new day. Easier said than done.
With as many guys as you had on WBC rosters, has that kind of slowed your ability to come together as a group early in the? It's not really early in the season at this point, but was that a factor at any point at all?
That was probably more of I don't want to say an excuse, but more prevalent earlier. At this point in time now, we feel good. Everybody's supporting each other. Kim's been at second for quite a while. Crony's been at first. That's no longer an excuse to use.
With Manny out, I don't know if it'll be an IL or whatnot going forward, but the fracture seems like he might be out a little bit. How tough is that for a team struggling in search of offense, and how do you step up to?
You go through those during the season. Every team goes through injuries and key guys. We have enough key guys to be able to overcome that. We're just not doing it.
I think there was further tests today on Lugo. Is there any clarity on what is next for him?
I don't know what the degree of the strain is. I said it was probably going to be difficult for him to make his next start. I still think that's going to be the case. So, if something happens here and we need another starter, that'll be Weathers.
Does the expectations for this group, which were on a national scale, does that impact guys? Does that go into their thinking? When you have conversations with them,
right,
do you understand whether that registers at all?
I would have said early on no, but I think there are expectations regardless from day one. And the farther we go into this, maybe there is something to that guys are trying to do a little bit too much based on, I really thought coming out of spring, expectations weren't a thing that, was there at all. It's just going into the season, you expect more of yourself. It doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks.